All right, yeah. So yeah, once again, good morning everyone and welcome to our third lecture now in our subject NPrep 101. Okay? So from our last lecture, lecture number 2, now we are done with our discussion about the psychological and the sociological factors in entrepreneurship. Okay? And for today's discussion, we are going to proceed now to our next topic for discussion, which is all about, as you can see now from our screen, it's all about the most important skills no, that an entrepreneur should have, which are the creative thinking and problem solving. No? And ito talaga, actually itong dalawang skill na 'to 'no, ito talaga yung dalawang skills 'no, na masasabi nating nagbibigay ng edge sa mga, successful entrepreneurs 'no. Kasi kung tutuusin, halos lahat ng negosyo, lahat ng innovation, lahat ng solution na nakikita natin sa market ngayon, every business idea, every new product, every brilliant solution that we see in the market today, it all started because someone decided to think differently about a problem, no? Which is katulad ng paulit-ulit kong nasasabi, no, that in the world of entrepreneurship, it's not just about making money or running a business. It's about learning to see opportunities where other people see those opportunities as problems and challenges. No? Kumbaga habang yung ibang tao nagrereklamo, no, an entrepreneur iniisip niya kaagad like papaano kaya kung gawin ko itong opportunity. No, and diyan pumapasok yung tinatawag natin na creative thinking and problem solving, no? Kung titingnan natin yung mga successful entrepreneurs, no, whether dito sa Philippines or sa abroad, no, mapapansin natin na may isang common trait sila, yung mga entrepreneurs. They think differently. No, hindi sila limitado sa kung ano lang yung nakasanayan nila. They can look at an ordinary situation tapos makakakita sila ng bago, ng kakaiba, no, ng possible na solution. Hindi sila natatakot magtanong ng what if or why not. No, kasi doon nagsisimula yung mga breakthrough ideas, no? So basically, entrepreneurs, they look at ordinary solutions from new perspectives. And because of that, they can find possibilities that others completely miss, no? So that's why, we are trying now to understand, no, in this discussion, why creativity or being a creative thinker and being a problem solver are such an important part of being an entrepreneur, no? So, okay, sige. So ngayon, that I already started to introduce to you, no, this creative thinking and problem solving. And I'm hoping, no, na ngayon, no, na naintindihan na natin kung bakit mahalaga yung creativity. Yes, Leo? You have a question?
May chat po ata sir yung classmate po namin sa chat
Yeah.
box. Regarding
Nabasa ko.
sa
Yeah,
nakita niyo
hi.
na po. Okay po.
Yep, nakita ko na. And it's fine. That's fine. Napag-usapan na rin naman namin yan. Pero more on activities kayo dyan. Sa akin yung lectures. Yun yung napag-usapan namin. So talagang imimit niya din talaga kayo. Okay? Yun na nga, I mentioned earlier na although yung subject natin ngayon is PR, pero dahil medyo nalilate tayo ng discussion sa NCLEX, is mag-e-entrep tayo today. Okay? Wala namang problema yun. Okay. Kasi Saturday nung nakaraan hindi rin tayo nakapag-meet kasi nag-holiday, right? So, kaya nga, naghahabol tayo ng lesson sa NCLEX. Okay? So, it's fine kung imi-meet kayo. And time din naman natin to, so no problem naman. Okay? So, yun. So, I'm hoping, no, that from the the word itself, creative thinking and problem solving, I'm hoping that majority of you are familiar know what these terms mean, no, na hindi na natin kailangang elaborate but we will discuss it no in connection of being an entrepreneur or having an entrepreneurial behavior no of being creative thinking and being problem solver, no? Which is in today's discussion, no? Pag-uusapan natin kung ano ba talaga ang mga characteristics ng creative thinkers. no? Kasi syempre hindi lang sapat na alam mong importante ang creativity, no? Kailangan alam mo rin kung papaano siya ipa-practice at made-develop sa sarili mo, no? Which is unang-una, tatandaan niyo that creativity is a mindset. Kasi pwede niyo sabihin, "Sir, hindi ako creative." No? Kasi yun yung nakasanayan nating mindset. Yun yung nakasanayan nating conception or sabihin na nating misconception that pag sinabi nating creative, it's a talent, no? But creativity is actually a mindset. It's not a talent. No, ibig sabihin, kahit sino pwedeng maging creative. Hindi mo kailangan maging magaling na artist, hindi mo kailangan magaling na designer, hindi mo kailangan magaling sa mga visual arts for you to say that you are creative, no? Kasi yun nga, creative is not a talent, it's a mindset, no? Kahit sino pwedeng maging creative. Hindi mo kailangang maging artist, maging designer, or maging inventor para mag-isip ng bago. No, ang kailangan mo lang is for you to have an open mind, for you to have willingness na mag-explore ng mga bagong possibilities. And doing that, it's being creative, no? So we have here different characteristics, no, for us to be creative thinkers, no? Medyo dun tayo sa mga points for discussion, no? If you want to read the whole module, I uploaded the file. You can just read it on your own. Okay? So let's start with the first one, no? The first characteristic for us to be, creative thinkers. And that is what we call being an open-minded, no, open-mindedness. Okay? As I discussed, no, you can just read sa module ninyo and you can read dito sa ating slide. Open-mindedness, no? And I'm sure majority of you are familiar or aware, no? What do we mean kapag sinabi nating open-minded? No, yan yung kadalasan na naririnig natin kapag na-invite kayo sa mga networking na orientation, di ba? Open-minded ka ba? Ano yung power, no? Kapag sinabi nating open-minded, ibig sabihin, marunong kang makinig, marunong kang tumanggap ng mga bagong ideas kahit iba sa nakasanayan mo, no? Which is, hindi ka kaagad nagsasabi ng, ay, hindi pwede yan, or hindi yan gagana. No, instead, iniisip mo muna, interesting yan ah. Papaano kaya kung itry natin? No, ganun mag-isip yung creative entrepreneur. They are curious, willing silang makinig at hindi sila takot magbago ng mindset nila. Hindi sila takot magbago ng pananaw nila or ng pinaniniwalaan, no? So which is I have here an example, no? Ulit-ulit natin ginagamit si Tony Tan Capchong, no? Ng Jollibee, no? Which is when it comes to describing the characteristic of being open-minded as a creative thinker, we can use that as an example, no? Tonic Tan Caption ng Jollibee. No, kasi sa totoo lang, kung hindi siya naging open-minded, baka hanggang ngayon maliit na ice cream parlor pa rin yung Jollibee. No, pero dahil open siya sa idea na magbenta ng mga main dishes, nag-experiment siya, nakinig siya sa feedback ng mga customers, no, at eventually natuklasan niya kung ano talaga yung gusto ng market, no? Kaya nga naging number one fast food chain yung Jollibee, no? Kasi kung close-minded si Tony Tan Kakchong noon, no, na may mga customers siya na naghahanap ng mga hot meals, baka hindi siya naging successful ngayon, no? So kung gusto mong maging creative thinker, kailangan mo ring matutong makinig, no? Hindi lang sa customers mo, kundi pati sa team mo that you will be working with. You also need to listen to sa market trends, no? At minsan pati sa criticism ng customers or even sa criticism ng general public, no? Kasi minsan sa feedback ng iba mo makikita yung idea na possible magpaganda sa business mo, no? And kapag meron kayong mga naririnig na feedback, naririnig na criticism from your customers or even from the general public, as a business person or as a creative thinker who have this characteristic of open-mindedness, parang you will not treat that criticism as criticism. You will not treat that criticism as negative feedback for you, but you can treat it as a constructive criticism for you to improve, for you to be better. And kaya yun yung dinidescribe natin ang being open-minded or having open-mindedness. Okay? Next characteristic is the flexibility. no? Pag sinabi nating flexibility, I know that this characteristic is also self-explanatory, no? But in connection to characteristic of being a creative thinker, pag sinabi nating flexibility, hindi ito yung ability ni ano no, ni Luffy, Luffy the pirate, no, ng One Piece. Pag sinabi nating flexibility, ito yung kakayahan mong mag-adjust sa mga changes. Ito yung kakayahan mong mag-adjust sa mga pagbabago that you will be experiencing, no? Sa business, ganun din, you have to think na walang permanenteng situation, no? Kasi minsan sa business, minsan may mga seasons na mayroong sales, may mga seasons na wala, no? Minsan naman may mga seasons na may demand, minsan naman walang demand, sobrang bagsak, no? Kaya kailangan mong matutong maging flexible. No, hindi pwedeng isa lang yung strategy mo, no? No, which is in business, pag sinabi nating flexible, kapag may strategies ka na hindi gumana, you have to think of another strategies. You have to pivot agad. No, you have to look for another strategy. Hindi yung mag-stick ka sa isang strategy lang, no? Um, kaya kung ano no, kung gusto mong maging ito pala dapat yan, no? Kaya kung gusto mong maging ano, no, maging entrepreneur, no? Sanayin mo na always ka nag-a-adapt sa changes. Sanayin mo na always mong ma-apply itong characteristic na to of being flexible. No? Sanayin mong sumabay ka sa mga changes lagi. Hindi yung kung ano yung nakasanayan, yun na yung susundin mo. Kasi sir, yun na yung nakasanayan ko eh. No? So yun nga, kaya nga pinag-uusapan natin yung characteristic na being flexible na syempre may mga situations talaga that you have to think of something new. You have to follow something bago, no? And being flexible, you're also being creative thinker, no? Kasi syempre kung gusto mong mag-isip ng bago, I mean, kung kumaga parang nasa situation ka na kailangan mong mag-adjust, nasa situation ka na kailangan mong mag-adapt, diyan ngayon ma-unleash yung pagiging creative thinker mo. No, diyan ngayon parang ma-challenge ka to think of something new for you to adapt, no? Now, the third characteristic, no, that we can read here, no, from our module is willingness to take risks. Sorry, lumagpas ako. Ay, wala yung number three. Ito. Yan. Willingness to take risks. Ayan. No? Pag sinabi nating willingness to take risks, no, ito yung isa sa pinaka-importanting traits na dapat meron yung entrepreneur, no? Which is, I'm assuming that nung dinidiscuss sa inyo yung entrepreneurship nung senior high kayo, ito yung isa sa characteristic na mention, being a risk taker, no? But when it comes to the entrepreneurial behavior, no, this third characteristic, which is willingness to take risks, it's a characteristic of being a creative thinker entrepreneur, no? Kasi kahit gaano ka ka-creative, kung takot ka namang sumubok, walang mangyayari, no? So risk-taking doesn't mean na magiging reckless ka, no? Ibig sabihin lang, handa ka mag-take ng risk, pero dapat yung risk na iti-take mo, calculated risk. No, which is, I remember na mention ko na to sa inyo, no, sa first lecture natin. Or, yeah, first lecture natin that if you will be taking risk in business, hindi yung, sabi kasi ni Sir Ian, if you want to be an entrepreneur, dapat risk taker ka. Sige, magte-take ako ng risk. Pero yung risk na ite-take mo, hindi mo siya pinag-isipang mabuti, hindi mo siya plinanong mabuti, hindi mo inalam yung mga possible na consequences. Ang tawag doon, reckless risk-taking, reckless ka. No, but in business, no, in entrepreneurship or in entrepreneurial behavior, if you will be risking or taking a risk for a business, hindi yung reckless risk-taking. Dapat yung calculated risk. No? You are a calculated risk taker. No? Alam mong may chance na mag-fail, pero ready ka kasi alam mong may matututunan ka. No? So that's the third characteristic. No? You should have the willingness to take risks. No? And dito sa example na ginamit ko, si Nina Dasa po yan. I don't know if you're a fan of cookbooks or you're a fan of cooking, pero I'm one of ano kasi ako, isa ako sa mga frustrated chef, kumbaga. Di ba kasi nagluluto rin kasi ako, no? So that's why I'm a fan of cookbooks, no? So that's why ito yung nasa example natin. Nina Daza po yan. Anak siya ni Nora Daza, kilalang culinary icon. No, which is alam naman natin no na sobrang traditional ang cookbook industry, no? Pero si Nina in this example, inisip niya papaano kaya kung ilagay ko sa digital platform para mas maraming maka-access, no? So ginawa niya, no, ni-revive niya yung Let's Cook with Nora online. No, risky kasi baka hindi tangkilikin ng market pero guess what? Naging successful siya. No, kasi naabot niya hindi lang yung local readers, pati yung mga Filipinos abroad, no? So it's a great example na minsan kailangan mo talagang mag-risk or minsan kailangan mong tumalon kahit hindi ka sure kung saan ka lalanding, no? Pero if you will be taking risks, you're a calculated risk that if ever mag-fail, meron kang mga backups, no? If ever na hindi mag-work, you know how to accept that failure for it to move forward and mag-isip ng ano pa yung pwede mong gawin, no? So yun yung dinidescribe natin kanina that you should be a calculated risk taker, no? So sa entrepreneurship, no, minsan kailangan mo ng konting tapang, no? Kasi 'di ba, yung ibang tao possible kaya hindi sila nagte-take ng risk kasi nag-aalangan sila, no? If you want to be successful, no, in entrepreneurship or y kaya natin dini-discuss kasi para isa dapat ito sa mga antrap behavior na ma-develop sa inyo, no? That in taking risk, dapat hindi ka nag-aalangan, no? Ikaw yung gagalaw, no? Kasi pero dapat yun nga planado, no? Hindi basta-basta bahala na. Kasi meron tayong ganong mindset, 'di ba? Kadalasan, bahala na, no? Kapag bahala na lagi yung inyong mantra in taking risk, yan yung tinatawag natin na reckless. Pero kung meron kang plano, if ever na mag-fail, if ever na mag-survive, yun yung calculated risk-taking na dapat na ginagawa natin. Okay? So, pangapat na characteristic is the ability no, to connect seemingly unrelated ideas. No? Ito yung, ito yung medyo advanced na level ng creativity. Okay? Yung kaya mong pagdugtungin yung dalawang magkaibang concept at makagawa ng bago. No? Kumbaga parang magic minsan, pero actually it's all about perspective, no? Yeah, meron ulit akong example dito. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but you can look it up sa Google. Kenneth Coboncue, no? He is an entrepreneur na pinaghalo niya yung traditional na Filipino weaving techniques at modern na furniture design, no? Kasi sino nga naman ang mag-aakala no na yung rattan at bamboo na madalas ginagamit lang sa province is pwede pala siyang maging high-end furniture no na pwedeng mabenta worldwide. And yan yung power ng connecting ideas, no? In this example, hindi lang siya nag-copy, nag-create siya ng entirely new category, no? So kung gusto mong maging creative thinker, sanayin mong magtanong, no? Ano kaya kung pagsamahin ko ito at ito? Or kaya papaano kung i-apply ko tong idea sa ibang industry? No, kasi minsan or kadalasan doon natin nahahanap yung next na big idea, no? Combining seemingly unrelated ideas pero may possibility pala, no? Ayan, sige, basahin natin yung question ni Leo. Sir, ano pinagkaiba niyan sa adaptability? In a way, parang parehas lang sila. Adaptability and, uh, alin dito? Flexibility?
Opo, flexibility po.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's almost the same thing, no? Flexibility and adaptability. Yun nga, katulad ng description ko kanina, no, pag sinabi nating flexible, you are willing to adapt to changes. You are willing to adapt dun sa mga pagbabagong nangyayari. And it's almost the same thing with adaptability, no? Pero more on, pag sinabi nating adaptability, kumbaga parang you are willing to accept the changes. Kung willing kang i-accept yung changes, that's adaptability. Pero kung meron kang gagawin for you to help you to adapt to that changes, yun naman yung flexibility. No? So in a way, it's interrelated kumbaga, no? So, minsan possible parehas lang sila pero when it comes to the actions na gagawin natin, it's connected, no? So, which is, kumbaga parang, pag sinabi nating adaptable, parang, di ba, for example, nagkaroon ng bagyo, tapos nasira yung bahay ninyo. Tapos syempre, ang laking difference ng magiging lifestyle na ninyo nang wala kang bahay. So parang yun yung adaptable, no? Parang masasanay ka na or sasanayin mo yung sarili mo dun sa changes. Pero you will do something para makapag-adapt ka or makapag-survive ka dun sa bagong environment. And that's being flexible. No? So yun yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa, but they are interconnected. Okay? Sige. Saan na nga ulit tayo? Yan, let's go back to ability, nandito na tayo, no? Ability to connect. Um, Seamless idea, no? So, yun. Um, so, kung gusto mong maging, kung gusto mong maging creative thinker, no, sanayin mong magtanong. Ano ba yung mga pwedeng pa nating ideas na pwedeng pagsamahin? Kasi kadalasan, no, yung mga akala natin mga hindi connected na concept pag pinagsama natin, it will be a great idea pala, no? And syempre, with these different characteristics, hindi mawawala yung curiosity, no? Yung natural na pag-uusisa natin, no? And lahat ng creative thinkers, mahilig magtanong, mahilig mag-explore, no? At sila yung mga hindi nakokontento sa unang sagot. Kumbaga, hindi lang sila satisfied sa, ganito na kasi lagi or ito na yung nakasanayan. No? Gusto nila laging may bakit at papaano pa. No? Kasi curiosity is what keeps creativity alive. No? Okay. No? So kung gusto mong ma-develop to, huwag kang matakot magtanong, no? Kasi sa simpleng bagay, no? You observe, you explore, and you question everything around you, no? Kasi minsan, sa kakatanong mo, may lalabas na idea na possible, wala pa sa iba, no? And kung iisipin natin, no, lahat ng characteristics na to, open-mindedness, flexibility, risk-taking, connecting ideas and the curiosity, na mapapansin nyo na yung common denominator nila is yung attitude, the mindset. No? Kasi yun nga, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi mo kailangang maging genius. Hindi mo kailangang maging magaling sa visual arts para masabing creative ka. No? And kaya nga ang description natin is creative thinker. Ibig sabihin, it has something to do with your mindset. Kailangan mo lang ng right attitude. Kailangan mo lang ng willingness to learn. Kailangan mong mag-try, kailangan mong mag-fail, at kailangan mong mag-try ulit. Ganun sa business. No, yung mga nakikita natin na mga successful businesses ngayon, mga kung aalamin nyo yung mga rags to riches stories nila, ma-identify nyo or makikita nyo sa success stories nila na ilang beses silang nag-fail. And from those many failures na na-experience sila, bumangon sila. And that's the attitude, no, ng pagiging or kumbaga yun yung output ng creative thinker. Hindi ka nawawalan lagi ng bago. Hindi ka nauubusan lagi ng trial. Hindi ka nauubusan ng willingness to try new, to willingness to learn new, and willingness na mag-fail ulit. Ang importante, babangon ko ulit, no? And yun nga, from that example, dito mo makikita na ang creativity is hindi lang about thinking outside the box. Minsan, kailangan mo munang kilalanin yung box kasi yun yung kadalasang naririnig nating parang idiomatic expression, no? Think outside the box. No, minsan kailangan mo munang kilalanin yung box bago mo siya malampasan, no? Kailangan mong maunawaan mo na yung limitations tapos saka mo hanapan ng paraan na mapalawak pa, no? Kaya next time na maka-encounter kayo ng mga challenges, ng mga obstacles, mga problema, no, huwag kayo agad mawala ng pag-asa, no? Try niyong ilabas yung creative side mo. Tanungin mo yung sarili mo, sarili niyo, paano kaya kung gawin ko ito in a different way? No, kasi minsan yung solution hindi mo makikita kung puro fear of failure or takot na magkamali yung una yung iniisip, no? Pero kung you're open-minded, bukas yung isip mo, you're flexible, you're willing kang mag-take ng risk, madali mong makikita yung opportunity na hindi possible, hindi napapansin ng iba, no? So, that's the characteristics, no, of being a creative thinker. Let's go with the next part, the role of creativity in entrepreneurship, no? So, ayun na nga, no? Napag-usapan na natin yung mga characteristics ng creative thinkers. Open-minded, flexible, risk-taker, curious, at marunong mag-connect ng seemingly unrelated ideas. Now, let's talk about why creativity plays such a big role in entrepreneurship. Okay? And, alam nyo katulad, creativity is not just a nice to have skill sa business world. It's a must have, no? Kasi sa totoo lang, halos lahat ng aspeto ng entrepreneurship talaga nangangailangan ng creativity. Okay? From pagbuo ng product to pag-market ng business, pag-solve ng business problems, hanggang sa pagpapalago ng brand. Now, creativity yung backbone niyan lahat. No? And without it, or without creativity, you're just doing what everybody else is doing. And if you're doing what everyone's doing, paano ka nga naman stand out? No, and in doing business, ang goal natin is for us to stand out. No, if you want to be successful in the business, ang pinaka-goal mo dapat lagi is for you to stand out. At hindi ka stand out if you are not creative. No? So let's start with the most obvious area, no, the role of creativity in entrepreneurship, which is in innovation and product development. No? And dito natin madalas nakikita, no, yung creativity sa entrepreneurship. Kapag sinabi nating innovation, iniisip agad ng iba or possible kayo, no? Ang una nyo agad iniisip, new invention, new high-tech idea, no? Pero hindi naman laging ganon, no? Minsan, pag sinabi nating innovation, innovation is simply about improving what already exists. Or pag-iisip na kung paano pa natin may improve yung mga existing na meron na, no? How we can make that existing ideas something better or something simpler or something more relevant for the customers, no? And sino ba ginamit kong example dito? Yeah, bamboo bicycles, no? Um, or known as bike, no? So yung bicycles made from bamboo, no? Imagine mo, 'di ba, bamboo lang 'yan. Pero dahil sa creative thinking nung nag-introduce nitong bamboo bikes na 'to, parang ano 'no, dahil sa creative thinking 'no ng founder, nakita niya na yung bamboo ay hindi lang ordinaryong ano ba ang bamboo, halaman or puno? Ordinaryong halaman 'no. Bamboo is strong, it's sustainable, and it's locally available 'no. Ginamit niya yun para gumawa ng eco-friendly bikes na hindi lang nakakabawas sa pollution, kundi nakakatulong din sa livelihood ng mga local artisans, lalo na for those locations na talagang madami silang bamboo, 'no? Kaya ngayon, proud yung Bang Bikes na 'to, isa sa mga proud na Pinoy innovation 'yan, 'no? Isang simpleng idea kung tutuusin, pero dahil sa creativity, naging sustainable business siya, 'no? Kaya kung minsan naiisip mo, 'no, na wala na sigurong bagong maiisip, lahat na yata nagawa na. Think again, 'no? Kasi minsan yung idea mo hindi kailangan totally bago. Kailangan lang ng iba, 'no? Puwedeng katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, puwedeng existing na concept pero may kakaibang twist, 'no? Yun yung power nung tinatawag natin ng creative innovation, 'no? Kasi ngayon, aside from products, creativity is also crucial sa process improvement, no? Which is, hindi lahat ng innovation ay nakikita ng customers, no? Minsan, nasa likod lang yan, nasa systems, nasa operations, kung paano ginagawa yung isang bagay. It's also improvement, it's also innovation, it's also about or the output of being creative thinker ng entrepreneur, no? Let's use for example, dito sa process improvement na 'to, 'no, nasa pangalawa na tayo. Um, yung, yung Grab or even yung Lalamove, 'no? Kasi sabihin na natin na hindi sila yung nag-imbento ng delivery services. Matagal nang may mga carrier, 'di ba? Matagal nang may mga LBC, matagal nang may mga Cebuana padala or whatsoever. Yeah, LBC na lang kasi sila yung nagpapadala ng mga items for example, no? Which is hindi naman ang Grab or yung Lalamove, no? Lalamove hindi naman sila yung nagpasimula ng mga delivery services. Pero in-improve nila yung process by making it more convenient, by making it more tech-driven. No, gumamit sila ng app para i-connect directly yung customers at drivers na magde-deliver in real time. No, so ang result, mas mabilis, mas efficient, mas accessible yung delivery services. No, so yun yung dinidescribe natin na creative process improvement. No, hindi mo kailangan mag-imbento ng bago. Hindi mo kailangan mag-isip ng bagong product or service na i-offer. Kailangan mo lang mag-isip ng mas maayos na process dun sa mga existing na. And it's also innovation. It's also an output of being creative thinker. No? So kung magne-negosyo ka or balak mo magsimula ng negosyo, you have to ask yourself, papaano ko kaya mapapabilis ang isang process? Or papaano ko kaya mapapamura ang isang process? Or papaano ko mapapaganda yung isang process? No? Kasi minsan, doon nakatago yung mga innovation, no? Sa mga simpleng pagbabago ng paraan, sa simpleng process improvement, may mga nakikita tayong may mga nakikita tayong ah good business ideas or good business concepts na pwedeng maging key para maging successful tayo, no? Then meron tayong reaching new customers. This is the third one. Okay? This is also another area kung saan kailangan ang creativity, no? Reaching new customers. Dito papasok yung tinatawag natin na creative marketing, no? Kasi sa panahon ngayon, 'di ba, ang daming brands na nagsisigawan sa social media. Lahat gusto ng attention, no? Lahat gusto ng engagement. Kung pare-pareho lang yung style mo, malulunod ka dun sa mga different competing brands mo. Malulunod ka sa noise, kumbaga. No, kaya kailangan mo ng creative storytelling. Kailangan mo ng unique branding. Kailangan mo ng emotional connection, no? And kapag nasa brand ka, um, which is pwede natin magamit na example yung mga ano no, yung mga binigay kong activities sa inyo sa PR, right? Kung nakita nyo doon, no, may mga different mga marketing, mga brand marketing promotionals yung mga yun. And it's a product of their creativity. No? Pero wag natin gagayahin yung mga ilang bad examples doon na because of their creativity, lumala that it can affect their brand image. It can affect their brand reputation. Pero merong mga ilang examples doon na uh, good ex- good example, may good example doon that they use something unique with their creative branding, with their creative marketing para mapansin sila, no? Or para magkaroon sila ng engagement, no? Pwede natin gamiting example yung sa nakalimutan ko yung brand sa RC ba yun? RC Cola. Yung commercial, lalo na yung commercial nila na parang ang weird na 'di ba yung ulo natatanggal tapos yung basta yung gano'n for sure napanood niyo na yun. For sure nakita niyo na yun kasi it becomes a mainstream when it's posted on the social media, no? And it's a product of creative marketing, no? It's a product of being a creative thinker kung paano ka mapapansin, no? Kung i-connect natin siya sa PR, public relations, customer relations, if we are going to be creative, especially in creative marketing, we also have to consider yung magiging epekto or magiging perception ng general public. No, kasi minsan yung mga creative thinkers sa industries ngayon, sobrang creative talaga nila, as in sobrang creative. Pero minsan may mga something na maapektuhan pala yung public image nila, yung public reputation nila, no, yung brand reputation, yung brand image. Okay, so kaya kailangan yung enough creativity lang para mapansin ka. Okay? And of course, isa sa pinaka-importanting function ng creativity is problem solving. No, solving problems efficiently. Okay? Every entrepreneur will face problems and it's normal. Kapag nagnegosyo kayo or nasa industry kayo, you have to uh, you have to set your expectations na in doing business, you will encounter a lot of problems at walang exempted, no? Pero ang difference ng creative entrepreneur is kung paano niya hinaharap yung problema that he will encounter when he is doing the business. Instead of panicking, instead of giving up, ginagamit nila yung creativity nila para makahanap ng bagong paraan, no? Para makahanap ng mga solutions, kumbaga, no? And in doing business, if you are using your creative thinking abilities, if you're using your creative thinking characteristics, you will definitely solve whatever problems you will encounter, no? And yun yung kagandahan, no, ng isang entrepreneur na you're creative thinker. You can turn obstacles into opportunities. Sa halip na ang iisipin mo, ay, problema to, no? Which is ang mindset mo dapat, ano kayang opportunity ang pwede kong gawin with this problem? So ano kayang opportunity ang pwede kong gawin with these situations? Okay? Ayan, no? Pakisabihan na lang po yung mga nagbibihis sa background. Nakikita po sila sa comment. Ayan, no? So, kung papansin nyo, no, lahat ng successful entrepreneurs, kahit anong industry pa yan, laging may halong creativity na merong halong creativity sa ginagawa nila. No? Kasi once again, creativity is not just about thinking differently. It's also about adding value. No? Hindi ka lang basta gumagawa ng bago. Hindi ka lang basta gumagawa ng mas maganda. Ah, gumagawa ka ng mas useful or mas meaningful. No? And if we're going to reflect in a bit, no, for a bit, bakit nga ba mahalaga yung creativity sa business? Well, unang reason is this one, as you can see, is the differentiation, no? Sa dami ng competitions ngayon sa business, creativity yung something na magpapaiba sa'yo. Or your creativity will be your edge over your competitors. Pwedeng pareho kayong nagbebenta ng milk tea, pero yung sa'yo may kwento, no? For example, gawang local ingredients or mayroon kang unique twist sa flavor. Pwedeng pareho kayong may clothing line, pero yung sa'yo eco-friendly o kaya gawa ng mga community artisans, yun yung magpapaiba sa'yo, no? Kumbaga parang yun yung magiging creative side mo. Yun yung magiging differentiation mo na tinatawag, no? And uh, yeah, differentiation, no? And um, in creativity or creativity, no, helps you to adapt to change, no? And alam natin na mabilis magbago, katulad ng dinidescribe natin kanina sa flexibility. No, ang daming changes, ang daming trends. Mabilis magbago kung ano yung mga uso ngayon. No, the trends, even the technology, even the economy. No, lahat, it all experience changes. Kung hindi ka creative, mahihirapan kang sumabay, no? Pero kung marunong kang mag-adjust or marunong kang mag-isip ng bago, kahit anong bago sa market or kahit na anong bagyo, for example, kasi yung market binabagyo din yan, no? Ng mga trending, ng mga mainstream, ng mga issues, ng mga scandals, no? Ng mga, yeah, issues, basically. Um, kung kaya mong mag-isip ng way for you to adapt and for you to be flexible, kaya mong malampasan yun, no? Which is visible yan, no? Or parang ito yung isa sa mga nakatulong dun sa mga businesses during pandemic. No, during pandemic, marami talagang nawala, no? Pero marami rin silang nagawang mga bagong ideas, no? Maraming mga physical stores ang nag-adapt sa mga online stores, no? Maraming mga businesses na nung nagka-pandemic, nagkaroon din sila ng opportunities for them to expand. Maraming businesses during pandemic ang nagkaroon ng opportunities na mag-offer ng mga remote or mga online na strategies of doing business, no? So yun yung yun yung creativity, no, na hindi porket may situation, hindi porket may problems na nangyari is parang hahayaan mo na lang, no? So in creativity, you need to adapt to those changes. You need to be adaptable. You need to be flexible, no? And that's the power of creativity. Okay? Then the last, I think this is the last, hindi ako nagkakamali. Yeah. Yung tinatawag natin na long-term sustainability. Okay? Creativity sustains businesses long-term, no? And hindi lang siya pang-umpisa, kundi kasi kung gusto mong tumagal, no? In doing business, kung gusto mong tumagal sa industry, kailangan patuloy kang nag-innovate. Kailangan sustainable yung business mo, no? And creativity keeps your business alive. Kasi kapag hindi ka nag-iisip ng bago, eventually, mapapalitan ka ng ibang brand na mas relevant sa'yo, no? And kaya kailangan sa business, kailangan nag-a-adapt ka lagi sa mga changes. Kailangan na creative ka na nag-iisip ka ng bago. Kasi kung hindi ka mag-iisip ng bago, mapag-iiwanan ka, no? And kung titingnan na lang natin example sa mga cellphones natin, 'di ba? Cellphones natin, I don't know kung naabutan nyo, it all started from 5210, yung cellphone na di antenna. Then nagkaroon ng 3210, nagkaroon ng BlackBerry, nagkaroon ng mga QWERTY phones, nagkaroon ng mga touch phones na ginagamit natin ngayon. And all of it becomes possible because of the creative thinking abilities, creative thinking skills nung mga ano no, nung mga entrepreneurs, no? And kasi kung hindi sila, and yun nga, no? May mga changes na nangyari. May mga bagong trendings na nangyari. Kung hindi sila nag-adapt dun sa mga changes na yun, baka hanggang ngayon, ang gamit natin, yung mga keypads pa din. No? Yung mga di-antenna cellphones pa rin yung gamit natin. No? At baka wala rin tayong laptop na ginagamit ngayon in doing online class. No? So, in doing business, dapat yung business na yun, it's something that will last although may mga bagong trending na mangyayari, although may mga bagong technological advancements na mangyayari, no? And the bottom line here is creativity is not just about making things look good. It's about making things work better. No, it's about finding ways to solve problems, to connect with people, and to build something that lasts, no? Kaya sa entrepreneurship, no, hindi pwedeng kulang tayo sa imagination. Kasi imagination yung starting point ng lahat ng innovation. No, pero tandaan din natin that imagination is only powerful kapag sinasabayan natin ng action. Kasi kahit gaano kaganda yung ideas na maisip mo, kahit gaano kaganda kaganda yung ideas na meron ka, kung hindi mo siya i-apply, mananatili lang siyang drawing. No, yung sinasabi natin na hanggang drawing lang, hanggang plano lang, hanggang ideas lang. It really uh, needs action, no? So habang pinag-aaralan natin tong topic na to, no, I want you to think, how can you use your creativity to make something better? No, kasi minsan yung sagot sa mga problema na na-experience natin ngayon, possible nasa utak mo na yan. Kailangan mo lang lakasan yung loob mo to try. Kailangan mo lang lakasan yung loob mo to do that business na naisip mo. No, baka mamaya meron ka na palang pwedeng maisip dyan na sa mga susunod na 5 years or 10 years, baka yung idea mo na, yung business na meron dyan sa idea mo, yan na yung pwede kong gamiting example sa mga lectures ko, di ba? So you really have to be creative and you really need to do something with that creativity na meron ka. Okay? So, um, questions before I proceed with the next ito creative thinking pa rin naman to. But any questions or clarifications or anything to add? None? Wala naman. Oh, okay. Sige. Yeah. So now that we've done with the discussion no kung bakit sobrang importante ng creativity sa entrepreneurship. Pag-usapan naman natin um kung papaano natin made-develop yung creative thinking. No? Kasi sir, na-discuss na natin yung ano, yung characteristics, na-discuss na natin yung importance, pero papaano kami magiging creative thinker, no? So, No, kasi alam naman natin, 'di ba, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, hindi lahat ng tao naturally creative. Pero good news, yun nga, hindi siya talent. Creativity is a mindset. Pwede siyang matrain, kumbaga. Meron tayong mga techniques na pwedeng gamitin para ma-enhance yung creativity natin. Lalo na sa pagbuo ng business ideas o pag-solve ng mga problems for business ideas, no? So, isa sa pinaka-classic at effective na technique is yung tinatawag natin na brainstorming. I'm sure familiar na kayo dito. No, hindi ko lang sure kung nagagamit niyo 'to sa mga group activities ninyo, no? Joke lang. Pero pag pinag-usapan natin sa entrepreneurship yung brainstorming, kumbaga parang iba yung approach basically, no? Ang brainstorming is hindi lang siya yung simpleng pag-list ng mga ideas. No, it's about creating an open space kung saan pwedeng ilabas lahat ng naiisip natin. Kahit gaano pa siya ka-weird or gaano pa siya ka-impossible, which is ang goal dito is, kumbaga, yung quantity muna, hindi yung quality agad. No, kasi minsan, no, yung best idea lumalabas pagkatapos ng 10 to 20 not so good ideas. No, kaya importante yung brainstorming, no? Ang rule sa brainstorming, kapag magbe-brainstorm kayo ng mga ideas, let's say for example, you're a group of friends and you wanted to do business, but you wanted to offer a business concept that is something new, that is innovative, that is out of your creative mindset. Kadalasan, syempre, you need this first tip, brainstorming. And pag nagbe-brainstorm kayo, kahit gaano pa ka-weird yan, kahit gaano pa siya ka-imposibleng mangyari, you have to list it down, no? And according sa study na nabasa ko, in brainstorming, nabasa ko to sa isang business book, I forgot the name, pero it's an international business tycoon. Parang kumbaga parang in thinking of a business idea, kahit gaano siya ka-weird, kahit gaano siya ka-impossible, pag may naisip ka, ilista mo lang ng ilista. And kadalasan, yung pinakamagandang idea, naiisip mo yan pang 20 or pang 10 or lagpas pa. No? And ang rule sa brainstorming, kumbaga parang walang judgment. Walang, ang pangit niyan. Hindi yan gagana or hindi yan possible. No? Kasi once may nagsabing ganun, tapos na yung momentum, kumbaga, dapat lahat open, no? And minsan pa nga, no, yung pinaka-unexpected na idea, yun yung pinaka-good ideas pala, yun yung nagiging winner, no? So, kung may team ka or you have a group project and you try to brainstorm, set a timer, no? Tapos ilabas nyo lahat ng ideas na maisip nyo, no matter how crazy your idea is, or no matter how crazy your ideas are, no, you have to ano, you have to accept it. You have to listen down. No? And kasi minsan, yun na nga, yung crazy ideas, yun pa yung mga possible na nagiging mga unique innovation. No? So aside from brainstorming, meron tayong tinatawag na mind mapping. Okay, organizing ideas visually, no? Ito naman, ito yung visual technique, no? Ang goal ng mind mapping is i-organize ang ideas mo visually para mas madali mong makita yung connections, no? Imagine mo may malaking circle sa gitna, doon mo ilalagay yung main idea mo, tapos mula doon magba-branch ka ng mga related ideas, tapos may mga sub-branches pa for smaller details. Kumbaga parang puno ka ng ideas basically, no? So, for example, gawa tayo ng example. Kunwari, sabihin natin gusto mong magtayo ng business na eco-friendly, no? Sa gitna ng mind map mo, may pinakamalaking bilog, is pwedeng isulat mo doon, sustainable business. Wait lang, meron tayong, may whiteboard tayo dito, di ba? Ah, saan ba yun? Alam mo naman, may whiteboard tayo. Apps. Ayan, visible yung whiteboard ko.
Yes po.
Ayan. So, ayan, gawa tayo ng ano, ng mind map example. Okay, so once again, hindi ako visually creative ha. Creative thinker lang ako, kaya wag niyong i-judge yung ito-drawing ko dito. Okay, so gawa tayo ng bilog, no? Malaking bilog for example. Dito sa gitna ng mind map mo, parang dito mo ilalagay for example, sustainable business. Sustainable business. So ayan, di rin ako magaling magsulat. Pagpasensya nyo na. Tapos maglalagay tayo ng branches, for example. Okay? Tapos, maglagay tayo ng for example, nandito yung products, nandito yung packaging, ano na lang, initials na lang. Tapos, maglagay tayo ng marketing, maglagay tayo ng target market, maglagay tayo ng operations. Okay? Ayan, no? So, para lang tayo nagdo-drawing ng basically visual graph. Okay? Under products, under this one, pwede mong ilista ano ba yung mga eco-friendly products. Ano ba yung mga eco-friendly products? Kasi sustainable business ang goal natin. Ano ba yung mga eco-friendly products ang pwede natin gawin? For example, reusable utensils or eco bags. Abbreviations na lang to guys ha. Reusable utensils or eco bags or bamboo straws. Yan. Oh. Kung ano-ano pa ang sustainable business na pwede nating gawin. Pwede nating ilist. Okay? So, makikita mo ngayon kung paano magko-connect yung ideas mo. No? And minsan, dito mo marirealize na may pwede pa pala tayong pagsamahin, no? Or may mga possible business concept pa pala tayong pwede nating magawa, no? And kumbaga parang dahil gumagawa tayo ng mind mapping, na-visualize natin na ito, pinag-uusapan natin yung product, pinag-uusapan natin yung packaging, pinag-uusapan natin yung marketing. Basically, lahat ng ideas na maiisip mong gawin when it comes to these different branches, dito mo siya ilalagay up until dahil meron kang nakikitang visual na map kadalasan or sometimes doing this visual maps, ito yung mas nakakapagbigay sa'yo ng ideas na, ito pala, pag ginawa natin to or pag nag-offer tayo for example ng reusable utensils, sabihin natin for example, utensils na, or sabihin natin pwede nating ipag-combine tong tatlo na to as a one product. Pwede yun, no? So parang ganun. So in doing creative mapping or mind mapping, kadalasan, mas doon tayo nagkakaroon ng ano, no, ng mga magagandang ideas pala na pwede natin magawa no as a new business concept. Okay? Ah, so balik ko yung ano, balik ko yung share screen. Ah, where are you? Yan. No? So doon, in doing the mind mapping, no, kadalasan it really helps a lot kasi visually tayo nagbe-brainstorm kumbaga. Visually may mga nakikita kang, may mga ma-realize ka na pwede mo palang gawin, na pwede mo palang pagsamahin, or pwede mo palang i-try, no? So kung ikaw mahilig ka magsulat ng ideas, pero nalilito ka kung saan ka magsisimula, try mong gawin yung technique na to, no? Mind mapping. Kasi minsan, pag visual mo siya nakikita, mas madali mo ring na-identify kung alin yung viable for you at alin yung mga pwede mong ma-improve, no? Kasi, I don't know kung nabasa nyo or kung narinig nyo na ang theory ni Howard Gardner about multiple intelligence. No, lahat tayo may mga kanya-kanya tayong multiple intelligence and merong mga visual learners. No, yung mga visual learners, ito yung mas effective sa kanila yung paggawa no nitong mind mapping na to, no? Uh, Organizing your ideas visually. Okay? Then meron tayong tinatawag na scamper method. Yan, scamper method, innovating with purpose. Okay? Ang scamper, it's an acronym for this. Eto, nakikita niyo ba yung mga share screen ko? Yung tinuturo ng aking cursor. Yan. Kaya siya tinawag na scamper. Acronym siya ng substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, at reverse. Okay? So ito yung isa sa mga structured ways para makapag-isip ng bago gamit yung mga existing products or ideas. Parang guide siya, no, ng questions na magtutulak sa'yo para mag-isip ng mas malalim. Now, and if we're going through it quickly, substitute, ano ang pwede kong palitan para mapaganda yung product? Basically, yan yung tatagalogin natin para magets natin. Substitute. Ano yung pwede kong palitan para mapaganda yung existing products? A combine. Ano yung pwede kong pagsamahin para makagawa ng bago? Adapt. No, paano ko pwedeng i-adjust yung existing idea sa ibang situation? Modify. Ano yung pwede kong baguhin sa size, sa shape, sa function, or sa presentation ng isang existing product? Put to another use. Pwede ko bang gamitin itong product na to sa ibang paraan? That's the what's this put to another use is all about. Eliminate. Ano yung pwede kong tanggalin para mas simple or para mas efficient? Reverse. Paano kung baliktarin ko yung process or structure? Anong mangyayari? No? So, yan yung dinidescribe natin as scamper method that will help to really unleash your creativity, no? In thinking of possible new products, new service to offer, no? Kaya kung gusto mong mag-isip ng mga talagang improve na product or mga innovation that we can offer, no? Kung gusto mong mag-isip ng bagong business, no, you can use this scamper method as your checklist. Try mong sagutan bawat letter, no? Baka dito ka makahanap ng mga susunod na big ideas na pwede mong gawin na sa business. Okay? Then meron tayong tinatawag na lateral thinking. This one, the number 4. Okay? Once again, nasa slide to ha. Nasa module to, nasa IM to, kaya medyo ini-scroll ko nang ini-scroll because I want you to take time to read this. Nag-elaborate lang ako sa discussion natin. Okay? Lateral thinking. No? Ito naman, medyo malalim tong lateral thinking na to. No? Pero sobrang powerful nito. Okay? Ang concept na ito is introduced by Edward de Bono, and it's all about breaking away from conventional thinking patterns. Ibig sabihin, imbis na sundan mo yung logical or yung obvious path, mag-iisip ka sa ibang direction. Hindi ka yung sasabay dun sa bago. Hindi ka sasabay sa kung ano yung nakasanayan. So ito yung describe natin na lateral thinking. No? Kasi kung linear kasi meron tayong tinatawag na na linear thinking. No, kung linear thinking is parang step by step process. Ang lateral thinking naman ay parang shortcut sa ibang daan. No, you try to look at the problem from a completely different perspective. So ito yung dinidescribe natin na lateral thinking, no? Um, no? So I'm thinking of, ito, sige, meron tayong isang example dito. Nag-iisip ako ng example, meron pa dito sa slide. In the Philippines, Gawad Kalinga, well-known non-profit organization. Okay, sige. So dito sa example natin, no, we use the Gawad Kalinga. No, and Gawad Kalinga is an NGO, no, that helps communities to build homes. No, and ginamit nila ang lateral thinking instead of doing the traditional charity model na puro donation lang. No, naisip nila, papaano kung yung mga families mismo ang tumulong sa paggawa ng bahay nila? No, so they engage the community and it worked. No, hindi lang sila nagdo-donate na panggasto sa bago nilang bahay, but they help them for them to na sila yung sila yung mag-build basically. No, nabigyan pa sila ng sense of pride and sense of ownership. And that's a creative solution, no, to a long-standing social problem. Parang papaos na naman ako. Ayan. Sorry, no? So yeah, no? In entrepreneurship, no, finding, yan yung tinatawag din i-describe natin na finding opportunity where others see ordinary. No, kaya starting today, no, I want you to train your mind, no, to be more open, to be more curious, to be more experimental, no, and try practicing these different techniques. No, kahit sa simpleng bagay lang, no, itong mga dinescribe natin dito na mga brainstorming, mind mapping, scamper method, or lateral thinking, no? Which is if you're in the business, kapag may mga na-encounter kang problems, may mga na-encounter kang situations, huwag agad kayo magreklamo. No, isipin mo muna, papaano kaya kung gamitin ko yung brainstorming dito or ano kaya kung mag-apply ako ng scamper method, no? Which is sa una, if you're new in doing business, sa una, medyo mahirap talaga siya, pero habang tumatagal, masasanay ka, at magiging natural na siya sa'yo yung pagiging creative thinker, no? So once again, creativity is para yung muscle, no? The more you use it, the stronger it gets, no? So let me check. Ayan, no? So we're done with the creative thinker. No, na-discuss na natin kung paano natin mapapalakas yung creative thinking natin through brainstorming, no, mind mapping, scamper method, lateral thinking. Pero syempre, kahit gaano ka pa ka-creative, katulad ng sinabi ko nung una or kanina when I started, kung hindi mo alam papaano mo masosolusyonan or papaano mo siya i-will put into action, walang mangyayari. No, kung hindi mo alam paano mo masosolusyonan yung mga problema sa business, mahirapan ka pa rin. No, kaya importante rin no na alam din natin kung paano tayo magiging problem solver. No, which is another essential skill ng entrepreneur, no? And no, alam nyo, entrepreneurship is basically problem solving in action. No, lahat ng business nagsimula yan sa isang problem or nagsimula because there's a problem. No, for example, 'di ba, hirap tayo sa transportation. Hirap tayong makapaghanap before, no? I don't know kung na-experience nyo, pero ako may time na na-experience ko na kung may pupuntahan kang lugar na hindi mo alam or may lugar kang pupuntahan na walang dumadaang mga commute transportation like jeep, no, tricycle, um may times before na kung magta-taxi ka, ang hirap maghanap ng taxi. Na kunwari nasa looban ka, lalabas ka ng highway, doon ka mag-aabang ng papara ka ng taxi. Tapos minsan pahirapan pa kasi yung mga taxi dumadaan, may mga laman, may mga sakay. No? So because of the transportation problem, it becomes an opportunity for Grab. It becomes an opportunity for angkas na, o nga no, ang hirap magtawag ng taxi, hirap magtawag ng driver na pwede mong sakyan, magpapahatid ka sa ganito. Pero meron tayong mobile phones. Bakit hindi natin gamitin yung mobile phones so directly connect? Na yung driver na yung lalapit sa atin. Hindi yung tayo yung pupunta sa highway para magpara ng taxi. So from that problem of the transportation, it becomes an opportunity and it becomes a business success for Grab. No, and it becomes a business success for Angkas na, may Grab na. Ginagamit ng Grab yung phone. Application sa phone para magtawag ng mga taxi drivers, ng mga car drivers. Paano naman yung mga namamahalan sa kotse, pero gusto magmotor? O sige, gamitin natin yung motor. And it gives rise to Angkas. It gives them the opportunity for them to be successful in the business of doing that, no? So, ano, no? And another example, nagkaroon na ng mga delivery sa Manila, pero walang delivery services sa probinsya. No? And it gives rise for Lalamove. It gives rise for TokTok. I don't know kung may TokTok pa rin, pero yun nga, because of that problem na sa probinsya walang mga transportation provider. No? Kaya nagkaroon ng Lalamove, kaya nagkaroon ng TokTok, no? So that's no? So kaya kung gusto mong, no, maging entrepreneur, dapat magaling kang mag-identify at mag-analyze ng problem. No, hindi pwedeng takot ka sa challenges. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang entrepreneur hindi lang nagbebenta ng products. Once again, nagbebenta ng service. Nagbebenta ng solutions to that problem because they're problem solvers. No? Kaya ngayon, ang tanong, paano nga ba tayo magsosolve ng problems effectively? No? So usually, meron tayong, I have here, ilan to? Six, no? So we have here in our module, in our discussion, six process na sinusundan, no? Or pwede niyong sundan as an entrepreneur. And habang dinidiscuss ko to, gusto kong isipin niyo kung paano niyo siya magagamit, no? Sa sarili niyong mga business ideas. Okay? The first one is identify the problem. Siyempre, 'Di ba? Kung unang babasahin parang, ay parang science ano 'to 'no? 'Di ba sa science meron tayong gano'n, identifying the problem, solving the problem, no? Simple simple pakinggan, identify the problem, pero ito yung pinaka-critical, 'no? Kasi ito habang dini-discuss natin, possible sabihin niyo, "Ay sir madali lang 'yan, eh, identify lang pala yung problem, eh." Simple pakinggan pero in the actual solving in business, ito yung pinaka-critical. No, minsan kasi ang nakikita nating problema ay possible symptom lang, hindi yung root cause. No, kaya kailangan mong magtanong ng paulit-ulit. Bakit nga ba ito nangyayari? Ano talaga yung ugat? Okay? For example, sabihin natin may restaurant ka, tapos napansin mong bumababa yung sales. Ang una mong iisipin, baka kulang sa marketing. Pero pag inaral mo mabuti, baka pala yung menu mo hindi na akma dun sa panlasa ng customers. O baka sobrang tagal ng service. O baka kaya lumilipat sila kaya wala kayo nagiging sales. No, kaya importante na ma-identify natin yung ng tama kung ano yung problems that we are experiencing in business. Kasi kung hindi mo alam yung totoong problema, sayang yung effort mo for the solutions na pwede mong gawin. O kumbaga parang nag-antibiotic ka kahit sipon lang pala yung ginagamot mo, parang gano'n. No? Pangalawa, analyze the problem. Okay? Kapag alam mo na kung ano yung root cause ng problem sa business, kailangan mo naman siyang himay-himayin. No? You will break it down. You analyze it. Kumuha ka ng data, mag-observe ka, magtanong ka, no? And minsan, kailangan mo ring i-break down sa smaller parts para mas malinaw. No? And that's how we analyze the problem. No? And um, analysis is the key talaga, no, with that problem if you really want to solve it. The more you understand your problem, the more effective your solution will be. And magagawa mo lang yun if you analyze the problem. After you analyze the problem, generate solutions. O, tandaan nyo tong steps na to, lalabas to sa ano, lalabas to sa enumeration, bahala kayo. Generate solutions. Okay? Ito na yung part na papasok ulit yung creative thinking natin. No? Ah, sumusobra ako sa slide. Ayan, generate solutions. Okay? Dito mo magagamit lahat ng techniques na pinag-usapan natin kanina, no? Brainstorming, mind mapping, scamper method, or lateral thinking, no? And ang goal dito is maglabas ng maraming options. Don't limit yourself sa isa or dalawang idea. And the more options you have, mas mataas ang chance na may tatama ka, no? Na may tatamang solution dun sa problems mo. Okay? Um, meron ba akong example dito? Yeah, ito, I have an example here. Okay. Ah, for example, isang online seller sa Shopee or Lazada. May problema kasi hirap silang maabot yung customer sa malalayong area. Ano yung pwede nilang gawin? Na unang-una, pwede sila mag-partner sa mga local carriers. Pangalawa, pwede sila mag-offer ng pick-up option. Pwede silang gumamit ng cash on delivery para mas convenient. No, ang daming pwede. And through brainstorming, malalaman mo kung alin yung mga pinaka okay na approach for the situation na meron sa business mo. Kailangan mo lang mag-generate ng solutions. Lalabas ulit dito once again yung pagiging creative mo kung paano mo bibigyan ng solution yung na-identify mong problems, na-analyze mong problems. And when you generate those solutions, you evaluate the solutions. Okay? After mong maglabas ng ideas, paano solusyonan, hindi pwedeng lahat i-try agad. Kailangan mong evaluate. Tanungin mo, alin dito yung feasible, alin dito yung possible, alin dito yung cost effective, alin yung may pinakamagandang long-term na impact. No? And dito papasok yung practicality ng entrepreneur. Kailangan maging practical ka rin. No? Hindi porket maganda sa papel or effective na agad sa totoong buhay, you'll do that. No? So sa stage na to, importante yung decision making. Hindi pwedeng para-para ka lang. Kailangan ma-evaluate mong mabuti. Okay? Then implement the solution. No, ito na yung action stage. Ito na yung i-execute mo yung napili mong solution. Pero tandaan mo, implementation is not just about doing it. It's also about managing it. kailangan may clear plan ka, kailangan may timeline ka, kailangan may monitoring ka, no? And ganun dun sa sarili mong business. Minsan kailangan mong i-customize yung solution mo based dun sa market mo. Kasi meron tayong dinidescribe that hindi lahat ng solution it can fits all. Okay? Review and learn. After implement the solution, review and learn. This is the last one. After mong mag-implement, kailangan mong i-review kung effective ba talaga yung ginawa mo. Hindi porket tapos na, okay na. Entrepreneurs always look back and always reflect. Ano yung gumana? Ano yung hindi? Ano yung dapat i-improve next time? No? Kasi problem solving is once again not a one-time skill. It's a continuous process. Okay? No? So kung iisipin natin, no, this problem solving skill is, not just about fixing things. It's also about innovation. No, kasi every time you solve a problem, nagkakaroon ka ng bagong insight. Minsan yung mga pinaka-successful na businesses, nagsisimula sila sa pagsagot ng problem sa personal lang. No, halimbawa yung angkas, no, nagsimula lang yan dahil sa sobrang traffic sa Metro Manila. No, and the founder asked, papaano kaya kung gamitin natin yung motorcycle bilang ride sharing option? A simple question, pero napakalaki ng impact nowadays. No, hindi lang siya nakakatulong sa commuters, kundi nakakapagbigay din siya ng trabaho sa mga libo-libong riders that there's no option for them na magkaroon ng mga job opportunities. No, kapag meron kang motor, hindi ka matanggap sa mga trabaho kasi ang dami nang nag-aagawan sa trabaho na yun, you can be an angkas rider and you can earn from that. No? So, from simple traffic na nagkaroon ng idea na what if yung motor yung gamitin pang travel or pang commute. No? So, hindi lang siya nag-offer ng solution, hindi lang siya naging business for the founder, but it also created opportunity for the riders. No? And it's possible because someone, offer a solution to that problem. No? Pero of course, hindi madali maging problem solver sa business. Kasi possible, ito yung sa discussion natin na ito, mukhang madali lang pala siya, sir. May steps lang pala tayo na kailangan gawin para maging problem solver. But in actual doing of business, ito sa discussion natin, sa list natin, sa steps natin, mukha lang siyang madali. Pero pag nasa totoong business na kayo, medyo, ano siya, no? Medyo critical siya. No? Marami tayong mga possible na mga unique challenges na may encounter. Minsan, may experience nyo, kulang kayo sa resources. Minsan, matagal yung bureaucracy. Minsan, sobrang competitive ng market. Pero kahit ganun, kung marunong ka mag-isip ng ma, ma- ma- malalabas mo yung pagiging creative thinker mo, no? Malalabas mo yung adaptability mo, yung flexibility mo, yung open-mindedness mo. Kaya mo mag-isip ng solution. Kaya mo mag-offer ng solution for whatever problems that you will encounter. No? Kasi tandaan nyo to, guys, in entrepreneurship, hindi importante kung gaano karami yung problems mo. Ang importante is papaano ka magre-react dun sa problems na meron ka. No, yung iba kasi, pag may challenge, tumitigil na. No, pero yung successful entrepreneur, pag may problema, nai-excite pa sila. Kasi alam nilang may possible na opportunity na pwedeng ilabas out of those problems. No, kaya kung gusto mong maging successful, no, sanayin mo yung sarili mo na mag-handle ng problems, ng kalmado lang, ng strategic lang, ng creative lang. No, hindi mo kailangan agad alam mo yung sagot. Minsan kailangan mo lang magtanong ng tama, kailangan mo lang mag-isip ng tama. No, and remember, problems are not roadblocks. They're stepping stones. Okay? Questions? And the rest of the info here, basahin natin sa module na. Okay, questions?
None po.
None? No questions? All right. Yeah. If you don't have any question, then that's it. Let's open our cam. Let's have our photo attendance. Alright, sige, let's open our cam. Let's take our photo attendance. Okay, sige. One, two, three. Smile. Wait lang, nakasando pala ako. Hindi ko na-realize. One, two, three, smile. Okay, sige. Thanks everyone.